the Ontario Gang Investigators Association Professional Development Conference at Deerhurst Resort in Huntsville, Ontario, Canada today. And one of our featured speakers yesterday was City of Mount Vernon, New York Police Department Commissioner David E. Chong. And David really moved this room. Thank you for coming all the way to Canada, David.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Chris. I hope that the Ontario Gang Investigators Association has all the success in the world. I know that working together is the best thing to do for law enforcement.
Well, we had a conversation last night at the social about something you're doing in your city to reduce gun violence, and I found it extremely interesting, and that's why I asked you to do this video today. Can you explain a little bit about what's going on there with that?
Sure, it'd be my pleasure. Basically, what we have is we're using the most modern technology. It's a gunshot detection system, and it works on the sound of gunfire. And it's an automated system that works at the speed of sound that triangulates any gunshot that's fired within the city, and it gives that information to the dispatchers within seconds of the gunshot being fired and within 7 feet of the actual gunshots. So this way the police officers are able to respond in a rapid manner, and we also back it up with a camera system that zeroes in on the coordinates of the gunshot system so that we can capture any images that are running away from where the gunshot was fired. It's been very successful in my city right now. It's reduced gunfire by about 30%, and we've also made a couple of criminal apprehensions with this system.
Now, if you identify somebody with that camera system, what do you do with that information?
Well, what we basically do is, of course, that goes to detectives and it goes to the prosecutions, and we prosecute these folks.
Now, what's the means of getting the message out to the public about who identifies them? Like, I'm a Crime Stoppers officer here in Canada. How do you get that message out?
Well, basically what we do is that, of course, the detectives take a look at the video first to see if they can identify who's doing this. If they can't identify who's doing it, then certainly we ask for the public's help. And by doing that, we'll put it out over the internet, we'll put it out over Twitter, we'll put it out over different things so that the public can view who's firing guns in their city. And what we hope is that we get anonymous tips, or we get any kind of tips from the public that'll help us zero in on these people.
Well, you're doing amazing work, Commissioner. And there's 400 members of law enforcement that heard you yesterday, and every single person I talked to was very moved by your words. Can you tell us how you ended the presentation?
Well, basically, I ended the presentation with a tribute to our heroes of September 11th in New York City Police, but I also ended the presentation telling everybody that, hey, the ultimate goal is to remain safe and to get home to your families. And that's my message to everybody in the Gang Investigators Association. Just do your job, do a great job, but get home safe.
Thanks very much. And how can people get information about your police organization? Do you have a website?
Well, actually, yes. They can go on to the Mount Vernon City website, and that's www.citymountvernon.org.
Thanks very much, Commissioner. David E. Chong at the Ontario Gang Investigators Association Professional Development Conference 2009 from Huntsville, Ontario, Canada.